Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're talking about something that's been trending heavily on TikTok, and it's sparking a lot of curiosity and concerns. Videos have been popping up all over the platform with users claiming that empty shelves might be happening in the US in the next 2 weeks if nothing is done on these tariffs thing going on. Alongside that, there are growing reports of shipping containers arriving at American ports with no cargo. Like 200,000 of empty containers were reported to be at yeah, you get the point now. Now, before we get into this, let me say this loud and clear. I'm not here to spread fear or push any kind of misinformation. This video is not about panic. It's about a conversation that everyone is talking about on TikTok. We are just taking a closer look at what people are talking about online right now. Think of this as a pulse check on the internet's latest concerns. So according to several circulating reports, there was a recent meeting that allegedly, I'm going to be using allegedly because I don't want problems with YouTube, okay? Yeah, allegedly involved executives from some of the country's biggest retail chains, growing concern over supply chain disruptions and the unusual sight of empty or partially filled containers or no containers at all being shipped to the US. Okay, this of course has led to speculations across social media. Some users are warning others to stock up, while others are skeptical and digging into what's really going on. Again, let me say this: I'm not here to make predictions or add to the noise. Okay, I'm simply here to bring you guys what's trending. Let's watch these clips. I'm gonna come back at the end of this video to give my own 2 cents.
Hey y'all, happy Sunday, April 27th. It's today's date. Let me go ahead and tell y'all, nobody is coming to save us. Nobody is coming to save us. Let me make that clear. There have been warnings coming from CEOs of major corporations saying that we could see food shortages, empty shelves, as well as increased prices due to the tariffs and the trade policies in the next upcoming weeks. What does this mean? This means that we're going to see 2020 all over again, probably 10 times worse. If you give me the warning, I'm going to take it. The writing's all over the wall. Let me add that once it hits the news, 9 times out of 10, that means that it's like 10 times worse than what they're telling us. One thing that you can do to help your family through this is shop store sales, shop your weekly circulars, look for digital coupons. Something else you could do, start your own garden. This is not the year to put it off. Coming from somebody who has put off gardening for the last several years. Dollar Tree has seeds. There's no excuse. They are $1.25 now. As you can see, these are for $1. That just tells you how long ago I got these. They can be kept in the freezer, which this is where they have been for several years. You need to be growing your own like yesterday. Also want to bring this to your attention. The government does have underground bunkers that are stockpiled with food. So if that helps you out, to let you know that they are prepared and on standby. That does not mean that that food is going to be shared with you, but just to let you know, they do have those bunkers. We are living in unprecedented times, and we have to do what we can for our families because nobody's coming to save us. Let me know what your store shelves are looking like in your area. Let me know if you're seeing any gaps or shortages and how you feel about the whole situation. Feel free to follow along because I will be sharing prepping tips, storage tips, as well as prepping on a budget.
So I just watched another video about price increases because tariffs, of course. And a guy basically said that he just got on with Walmart and they talked about tariffs, and they was pretty much saying that we're not going to say too much because we don't want people to get scared, and we want still people to come into the stores, right? Because basically if they come into the stores and they're going to be prompted to shop to get certain items because they're there. Number one. Number two, he basically said that we have 2 weeks to prepare before like the true prices are hitting. So you may have slowly seen like small items increase, but this next increase is going to happen within the next 2 weeks, probably mid-May, or like the second week of May. We're going to see some true high cost. Okay, so if you haven't seen my other video, there's a lot of good comments in there that's telling you like items that you can buy and yada yada yada. But he basically said that in 2 weeks prices are going to skyrocket like we have never seen before. Items that we like usually pay like $2 to $3 for is going to be like 10, 11. Okay, so advice, like I said in the previous video, is buy items that you can, like rice, beans. People were saying don't get things that you can freeze. Okay, that's one of the main comments I've been paying attention to. They're like, try to stay away from freezing just in case something else happened with electricity or however that may be concerned, right? It's a lot. Oh my God. So try to get canned items and dried items. It's pretty much what I took from it. They told me in the comments, or everybody, to get a dehydrator. And that's pretty much what I saw, right? Dehydrator, oh, and garden. And I have a half an acre, so I have the space, but I don't know how to, I gotta go and read and figure this thing out, okay? But Costco is where everybody's saying they're about to go. Costco, right? Buy in bulk, stock, make an area, make a list of all the things that you commonly buy when you go to the store. Get that plus other things, okay? But this is gonna be a journey that we all about to go on together, and get your house together. Love y'all, bye. So I just watched a video from a guy that was breaking down the components of like how we're about to hit empty shelves in a little while. And so I'm reading the comments and just things that y'all know I love to come on here and just give what I see. So basically people are saying go ahead and start stocking up on food, right? Now don't go in there and go all crazy really nilly, because we don't know what to come, but stock up on like canned goods and things that you know that can last a little longer. Beans, like dried beans and things like that. As well as somebody also said to go ahead and start buying your kids Christmas gifts now, because probably around that time, because what's going on, there may not be anything for them to buy. So I felt like that was something good to see. Also, this is coming from me. I feel like we need to start going back to meals that didn't cost a lot of things. I don't know. So like, we already still eat spaghetti, but things that can stretch, last a little longer than, you know, normal. Certain stuff like that, eating our sandwiches, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, noodles, all that stuff. Like we got to go back to those dynamics. Still cooking a big meal, but probably not every day. I don't know. I'm not scared per se, but I just feel like we need to start planning just in case. It's coming. They're talking about it's coming. It's going to happen. Also, we know that certain people can stop this, but they're not. So get your houses together, y'all. Buy dried items, food that you can that can last in the pantry without having to worry about having to be thrown away. And one thing I've been doing from things been growing up in a household with my grandmother and of course my mother and aunties, but if you cook something and you have a lot left or anything left, freeze it. Okay, freeze it. Freeze it is the best thing that I can say. That has been helping me when it comes to meals, like anything that I cook and they don't eat it. My kids don't eat it all. My friends don't eat it all. I freeze it. Okay, and if I need it or if I'm going to add to a meal, I can do so later. But drop in the comments some meals that people can cook that may last longer, right? That you also can freeze, but you don't have to worry about it. Can stretch and feed a whole household without having to spend a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Love you. Bye.
It's time to speak up. Let's talk real bluntly about tariffs for a minute. So the Trump administration is saying, oh, we're in negotiations with China and the tariffs aren't going to be that high. And China said, we are? We're in negotiations? China said, we're not negotiating until you bring down the tariffs you've already placed. But Caroline Leavitt just said there will be no unilateral reduction in tariffs. So what is it? Where's the negotiation? If Trump says we're not lowering our tariffs and China says we're not coming to the negotiation table until you first lower it, there is no negotiation table. And guys, there was a meeting in DC this week where industry leaders informed the administration that if they don't do something about tariffs and quickly, that we could see empty shelves in all of our stores within a couple of weeks. China has sent over 200,000 empty shipping containers to our ports. Do you see what's going on? We have poked the sleeping dragon and they are awake now. Not only are they not coming to the negotiation table, they are sending empty shipping containers to our ports. Everybody needs to, first of all, prepare, because this does not look like things are going to be going well in the near future. If you haven't gone to the store and gotten rice and beans and any essentials that you need to do that. you need to do that now, because there may not be things in the shelves in the next few weeks. I hope that's wrong. I hope we find a way around this, and I hope there's some negotiation that has happened. But right now, it looks like we're at a stalemate, even though the Trump administration is still telling people, oh yeah, we're negotiating. There are no negotiations going on, because China has said, no, not until you lower the tariffs. Guys, just be mindful. Make some preparations. You know what you would do if there was a snowstorm coming and it was going to last weeks or a month? You need to have those supplies on hand, because we cannot count on the fact that we can walk into our local grocery store and the things that we need are going to be there. That's life under the Trump administration. Go love your neighbor.
The next few weeks is going to get really bad. And you need to know that, because deliveries to the ports, yeah, they're dropping like a stone. Yeah, this whole tariff thing is going to cost thousands of companies to go bankrupt. It's going to cause millions of workers to lose their jobs. And store shelves are going to you're going to start seeing them empty in about 2 weeks. That's what's coming, just so you know. I don't want you to come on TikTok and go, no one told us. What's going on? What's going on is the ships are not coming. The containers are not coming. Trucks with goods are not coming. So when you go to the store and you see aisle after aisle of empty shelves, you're going to know why. Because this whole tariff thing has not been solved at all. And now, from this point on, every week, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Let me know what you're doing to prepare. Like and follow for more.
Okay, so you guys know I'm a gig worker, right? And I've been warning you for the last couple of weeks that I had been seeing something. When they tell you there's going to be a shortage, there's going to be a shortage. See behind me? See the top of this shelf? Normally, and I'm in the canned foods aisle, normally this shelf is topped off with overstock. It's all gone. So, yeah, is there a shortage coming? There's a shortage coming. I'm also noticing and I'm in Walmart, I'm shopping an order for a customer. I will also tell you what is becoming very light is the dry pasta. There's been holes in that for the last week. So y'all need to stock up. Now is the time to do it. I definitely would be doing that, because this is a sign that the holes on the supermarket shelf are going to be getting even more.
Okay, so let's talk about this. We've gone through the TikTok clips and heard what people are saying. So let's wrap this with some final thoughts. From everything we've seen and everything we've heard, the reports we've heard, it really does look like some kind of shortage could be on the way. And I didn't say that lightly, okay? There are claims that the CEOs of some of the biggest companies in America, like Walmart, Home Depot, and other major corporations, recently sat down with the boss. And the topic on the table, the devastating impacts that these tariffs could have on the US economy if something isn't done fast. That's a big deal, guys. We're not just talking about online speculations anymore. When the heads of these massive companies start to raise red flags, that's when you know that something real is going on behind the scenes. Now, the key word here is allegedly, right? Because a lot of this information hasn't been publicly confirmed through official sources yet, but it's circulating for a reason. And when you start putting the pieces together, the empty ports, the meetings, the warnings coming out of the business, world, it starts to paint a picture that's hard to ignore, right? The word is, if these tariffs aren't addressed in the next 2 weeks, okay, these are the words people are using on TikTok. If the tariffs aren't addressed in the next 2 weeks, things could take a sharp turn for the worse. And not just for businesses, but for every person, for everybody. like normal people, the rich people. This is nothing about the rich, This isn't just going to hit one group of people. It's not about rich or poor. It's about city folks or rural folks. This is going to touch everyone, because when supply chains break down, nobody is exempted from the ripple effect. We are already hearing that cities like Vegas are starting to feel the heat, and not just in terms of goods, but in terms of jobs, because there's a business that has reportedly, been laying off people because the tourist traffic just isn't what it used to be. Fewer tourists mean less spending, and less spending means businesses can't afford to keep as many people on payroll. It's a domino effect, and it's happening right now, not months from now. Like, it's happening right now. So what does that mean for the rest of us? Honestly, I think the best approach is to stay aware and start preparing, in smart, simple ways. People on TikTok and other platforms are advising people to stock up on essentials, things like rice, beans, canned food, and non-perishables. And honestly, that's solid advice, if you ask me. You don't have to go overboard for panic buy, but having a few extra items on hand in case things get a little rocky is just good common sense. Because here's the truth: whether we see empty shelves in other places or not, it never hurts to be ready. If you end up not needing the stuff you bought, like these empty shelves, by the grace of God, don't happen, great. You'll still use it eventually. You'll still use the product that you buy now. And if things go downside, even a small stash of essentials can make a big difference. It's better to be prepared than sorry. That's really what it comes down to. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm not an economist or a policymaker. I'm just someone bringing you what's trending, what people are saying, and what's being reported in bits and pieces across platforms. But I do think it's important we stay informed, stay alert, and keep these kinds of conversations going, because when people are talking, when they are warning others, when they are posting videos showing what's happening in their local areas, because there are a lot of videos, people making clips about their nearby ports. Like, there's nothing happening, there's no activity, not much activity as per usual. That's not something we should ignore. That's something we should pay attention to. And whether you agree with everything we've talked about or not, I would love to hear what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you seeing empty shelves in your area? Have you noticed prices going up or certain products becoming harder to find? What do you think about these alleged meetings and the possible consequences of the tariffs? Please drop your thoughts in the comment section down below. I always read the comments, and I love seeing how different people from different parts of the world, and even, the country and even the world, are experiencing these things in real time. And hey, no matter what's coming, just remember, panic helps no one, but preparation helps everyone. So take care of yourself, take care of your family, and stay, one step ahead. It's just better to be informed than being sorry. Okay, so if nothing major happens, you'll be glad that you took the extra step. Okay, and if something does happen, you'll be ready. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. And if you found this video helpful, eye-opening, or just interesting, please be sure to hit that like button, share with other people who might be interested in this video. And if you haven't already, go and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out any of my videos. We are always covering what's trending from TikTok, from other social media platforms. We share important matters, important issues. I think I'm just tired, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.